You got the feeling. Whoa, you got the feeling. Whoa, you got the feeling.
We are back with another deep rabbit hole dive. Might not be that long this time, but it might be, because we're going to talk about something that is quite an issue on the planet at the moment, and it's the surroundings of ceremony, what happens in it, before it, after it, and the kind of addiction that people have to ceremonies of any kind, really, whether it's cacao, psychedelic of some kind, some form of ritual. It's what happens when ceremonies are not respected and when they are abused. And Miguel would like to discuss this further, so I will let it go, or let you go.
Okay. I'd like to focus basically on ceremony regarding entheogens, and entheogens is like basically the two Greek words that means like
Make sure you
full of
speak up.
God, full of the divine. And so there's a story I often tell that sounds like a joke, but you can take it as a joke, but it's actually very apropos regarding ceremonies, and it's the story of these two friends coming out of a cinema after seeing this Hollywood super production, and one of them asks his friend, well, what did you think of the film? And his friend says, oh, wow, man, the special effects were like awesome. They were really incredible. The best special effects I've ever seen in any film. Really, wow, incredible. And his friend says, yeah, but what did you think of the plot? And his friend looks at him and he says, plot? What plot? And ceremony is very much like this. Now, some time ago, I did a ceremony when I was in Brazil doing quite a few ceremonies, and it was with Kogi Indian from the Sierra Nevada in Colombia, and they're called Mamans. And he said something that I repeat often because I thought it was really quite correct. And he said, the ceremony of today is a continuation of the ceremony that was yesterday. And tomorrow is a continuation of the ceremony that is today. So what is ceremony? Ceremony is being aware, being present, being conscious. Whenever you are being conscious of what you are doing, you are in ceremony. So as far as the entheogen ceremonies are concerned, what is extremely important to understand is that basically I'm focused with psilocybin mushrooms, and psilocybin mushrooms is basically a thought amplifier. It amplifies your thoughts. So your thoughts are very important. It's very important to be very clear about your intentions in the ceremony, to be present. And what I like to repeat is that, like, trust in the process, surrender to it, and maintain yourself focused in unconditional love. And being focused in unconditional love is presence, no mind, no ego. It's being here and now. And so when you have a very clearly defined intention, and you have the right setting, and you're with the right people, this is all a perfect combination to be able to enter in what is called the communication with the plant. And the communication with the plant is done through presence. Listen, not with your mind, but with your entire body. There is a communication going on. And if you are continuously interrupting that ceremony with your mind, you're not going to be able to establish the communication that is possible with the plant. They're called plant teachers for a very good reason. And if you want to learn something, learn to listen to teachers. and do not interrupt the discourse during the discourse. Afterwards, ask all the questions you want and analyze, and all this stuff that you want to do with your mind is fine afterwards, but not during the communication, because you're going to produce an interference and you're not able to get into what is possible with the plant medicine. It's called plant medicine for a reason. They're called magic for a reason. All this is revealed to you. And so the communication is on a holistic level. It's not by listening with your ears, it's listening with your entire body. If you know anything at all about how the body works, you know, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, it's all the same energy field. The only thing the body is doing is filtering and breaking it up into components. So with entheogens, you are able to get into a state of consciousness that you go beyond all the filters of the body that you're accustomed to, and you enter into another realm of communication. Good to remember that we live in a sentient and symbiotic universe. Everything around us is intelligent. Everything is in communication. The trees, the roots, the mycelium, everything is in communication with everything. Nothing is separate. So like when you're opening yourself up to that holistic experience of like cosmic communication, you then enter into what can very frequently happen, and that I'd like to touch upon, you know, is the geometries of light. Light transmits information. So all these patterns that a lot of people see and everything that are very geometric, very precise, this is a language. Maybe a language that you're not accustomed to, but it's impinging upon your consciousness, and it is affecting you in very subtle ways that if you are in the proper state of mind, of consciousness, to receive this information, it affects you on ways that you can't even imagine, but that initiate processes. It's like a catalyst. You know, you begin a process that has already begun, but is the catalyst puts it into overdrive. And so like at the end of the ceremony, which is of the day, or the following ceremonies, which is tomorrow, it's a process that like goes on, and it's very subtle. It's like gossamer threads. It's like a very high frequency. It's very, very fine, but it's sentient. There's information that is being broadcast to you. We are both receivers and transmitters of the energy field that we are surrounded by. And something that is happening right now is that there's a lot of people at different phases of evolution on this planet. And one of the new phases that is coming in to play on a much greater scale than before is telepathy. And telepathy is opening yourself up to go beyond mind and into pure consciousness. And people will be able to communicate without internet, without mobile phones, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe, but they will be able to communicate without any hacker coming in and disturbing their communication. It will be very pure communication between mind and mind, because you are going to be in harmonic resonance with the person who is trying to communicate with you. And you are going to open yourself up to new realms of communication. And the entheogen experience, the mushroom experience, is your training ground for this type of experience that is soon going to be coming to more and more people. And nobody is going to be able to cut the lines of communication, because it goes beyond technology as we know it.
I love that. See, another rabbit hole. Telepathy, ceremonies, entheogens. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to
No, just one, two,
We're not going to leave it there. We're going to let him carry on.
two little things. Yeah, there is something I have seen all too often, and is ceremony addiction.
Well, I was going to make that another one.
You want to make that another one?
Yeah, because that's going to
Okay.
be another rabbit hole. So I want to keep this like 10
Okay,
minutes.
ceremony addiction and spiritual snobbery coming up soon to your screen.
If you like this, please hit the like and the subscribe. And if you want to hear anything more from Miguel, you can find out his details below. Bye for now.